The sun, it's waxing. Now it's waning. So it's getting smaller, but it was really bright and pretty out there. It was a very nice morning. We're actually going to start on our backs today. Get a strap close by if you have with you. If not, we'll make do with that. Go ahead and lay down on your back. And if it feels okay this morning, let the legs be long. And pause, just pause. Take a few deep breaths. You need to, so nice big. And then kind of blow out the cobwebs of an early morning. Take 3 more this way. Let it go. 1 more. Good. On your next inhale, let's reach long. Nice good morning stretch. And maybe we linger here for a couple breaths because it does feel good. And exhale, bring the arms down to the sides. Inhale, good morning stretch. And with our stretches, you're bringing the legs to a more active position. So it's like you're standing, but you're lying down on your back. Feet are hip distance apart, and the legs are active. Let's do 1 more stretch. And exhale, draw both knees to the chest now, Apanasana. Do some circling through the hips. And go the other way. And then float the feet down to the mat. If you have a strap, we're going to bring the right foot up into the strap. If you don't have a strap, you can just use your hands on the back of your legs for most of it. And as you get the strap up there, leg doesn't have to be straight yet. Let's massage the sole of the foot. If you don't have a strap, cross into like a number 4 hip stretch so you can reach down there and massage your foot. And then release both ends of the strap. I've got a really long strap this morning. And take your hands, circle your femur, your thigh bone, and push that down into the hip socket. And at the same time, you're going to reach up through your heel. Pause here. Feel the sensation. This always feels very interesting to me. It feels good. I don't know why. And then release the leg. Take one end of the strap in each hand, and let's play a little here. Stretching through the hamstring. You can bend the knee a bit, pull the thigh a little closer, and then work to straighten the hamstring. That's a little gentler on the low back. And then soften the knee and soften that whole pull. And come back again, knee soft. And push through the heel. The flexibility varies a lot, so you may be way out here with this or even further, and that's fine, whatever you need this morning. And then come to stillness in this stretch. We're pulling with the hands, with the strap or hands behind the thigh. An opportunity to pull in yoga, we don't get many of those. Breathe, nice, deep, easy breath. If that left leg's ready to extend long on the mat, go right ahead. Keep it active though. And take both ends of the strap in the right hand. Bring your left hand to the top of your hip, your thigh. We're going to slowly open the leg to the right, nice and slow. And there may be places that you want to pause and wiggle a bit. This left hand reminds the low back to stay down, the hip, the thigh to stay down. And breathe. Once you come to stillness, pause and then wiggle a bit, especially if you have a strap to use. You pull your leg around and feel some nice stretchy places. I come back up to the center, and let's take one end of the strap in each hand again, and bend the knee, draw the thigh towards the belly, and then work to straighten the knee. And do that again. And one more time. And now take the straps in the left hand. Right hand can go out onto the floor in any way that's comfortable. Pull the strap of the thigh close to the belly and drop the leg across the bottom. Really slow movement. You feel a lot of nice stretches here. And hold. Take your gaze off to the right. Start to bring a little twist. And then back to the center. And release the strap. And lay the right leg down next to the left. Pause to feel the difference or similarities in the left and right legs, left and right hips. And now take the second side. You can bend the right leg to begin with and place the left foot in the strap. We'll use the strap to massage the foot or cross the leg over the thigh and reach down there and massage the foot with your hand. And then come to stillness, keeping one end of the strap in each hand. No, let's let go of the strap. Let's do that first. Now circle the femur and push the femur, the thigh bone down into the hip. And at the same time, flex the toes towards the knee. So you get a nice stretch in the calf muscles too. And reach to the heel. Breathe. And now we'll take the straps in the left hand. I like to wrap it around my hand. If you're ready to extend the right leg out long, feel free. And take the right hand to the top of the right thigh and guide the left leg open. Going slowly. Feel all those muscles ripple through this stretch. And then come to stillness. And maybe you move a bit, or maybe you just stay nice and still. Just a gentle wake up for all of those thigh muscles. And then back to center. Take the straps in the right hand. Left arm goes out here somewhere where it's comfortable. And slow movement again. Drawing the leg across the body to the right. Take your gaze to the left. And then move a bit with the strap. And then come back up to center. And we'll release the strap and toss it off to the side. Draw both knees into the chest. Do a few more hip circles. And go the other way. And lower the feet to the mat, keeping the feet hip distance apart. Bring the arms out to the sides. Let's do a gentle bridge here, just with your arms out to the sides. This won't be a very high bridge. As you inhale, push into the feet, lift the hips. And then exhale. With the low back, come back to the mat. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, lift, maybe a little higher. Remember, these back bends are energizing, so we're slowly waking up with our movement. And 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Reach with your tailbone as you come down. Get some space in the vertebrae. 1 more time. And exhale down. Now open the right knee like the page of a book. Drop that knee open. And then lift and place the ankle past the left thigh. We're going to use the legs for all of this. Push the right knee away. Now using the muscles of the legs, lift both legs and draw them towards your belly. So the knee is reaching away and the ankle is coming closer. Pause here. We're going to twist this. So keep the arms here. We're going to twist to the left, dropping the feet to the left. Eventually your right foot, the outside of your left knee will come to the floor. Once you get there, push the right knee open again and take the gaze to the right. And breathe. Uncross the right leg, stack the knees, and then come on up to where we started. Feet are hip distance apart, so are the knees. Let's open the left knee like the page of a book. And don't skip this part. I see a lot of people want to get in a hurry and just cross the ankle. Really use this opportunity to move through the hip. So we're lubricating the hip joint. And then cross the ankle past the thigh. Push the knee away. Keep the left foot flexed. All those things protect the knee. Now lift the legs and use the legs, the muscles of the hips, to draw the thighs close to the belly. Push the left knee away. And then we'll take the twist, twisting to the right. Eventually the left foot will come to rest on the floor, and so will the outside of the right leg. Push the knee open and take your gaze to the left. And uncross, stack the knees, and then pivot up onto the feet. Let's take one more good morning stretch. And Apanasana, knees to chest. And let's rock up and down 5 times. Back. Okay, 2 more. And 5. Come up to a seated position. Remembering that if you need to prop your hips up to maintain the inner lumbar curve, use a blanket or a couple of blocks to do that. Sitting tall, this shape is fine, or you can be on your shins, or you can have your legs out straight in Dandasana. Just make sure the spine is in neutral. As you inhale, swing your arms up. As you exhale, drop the right arm down. Inhale, reach. Don't forget this step. Exhale, fold. Push the left hip down, the left sit bone down. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, left arm down. Inhale, right arm stretch. Exhale, fold. Let's do 2 more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale, reach. And maybe you plant your hand a little further out so you can bend a little deeper. Inhale up 1 more time each side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last side. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold in, launch up there. Look up at the hands. Bring the hands together. Look at your thumbs. And draw your hands home to the heart. Push the palms together. Drop the shoulders and swing those elbows up so the forearms are parallel to the floor. We're going to swing the fingertips to the right and take the gaze to the left. Back to center. And fingertips to the left and gaze to the right. Let's do 2 more each side. Keep the elbows lifted and active. Don't let them collapse with the twist. And bring your hands back to heart. Inhale, lace the fingers. Exhale, flip the palms and reach towards me. Oh goodness, I have a cramp underneath my shoulder blade. Inhale, reach up. I was working with a fitness group yesterday, and we did a lot of locust poses. He didn't call it locust, he called it Superman, but I must have pulled something. Inhale, exhale, inhale up. Pulled something or worked it pretty hard. Exhale. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Nice back bend. Exhale. 1 more. And exhale the hands home to the. If you're in this shape, just switch the cross of. Find those sit bones under there and then sit nice and tall. Let's twist the spine. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, we'll twist right, left hand to right knee. Take the right hand behind you, close to the hip. You can tent your fingers, push down. Exhale, twist. Let's hold for 3 breaths. Nice deep belly breath. Exaggerate the inhale and the exhale. And on your next inhale, swing everything forward, arms above. Take the second side, left side. First, get everything set up. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale brings you into the twist. Pay attention to your shoulders here. See if you can deepen the twist in your shoulders. You can use the push downward onto the mat with the left hand to open up the left chest, and use the pull of the right hand to open, or to pull that, open up the shoulder blade, to pull the shoulder forward. And inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, the hands home to the heart. Let's do 3 on each side just with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist. 2 more on each side. With the breath. One more each side. And inhale, face forward, look up. Watch your thumbs, draw your hands home to the heart. Let's come over the knees and find table. Hands and knees. And once you get here, let's do some hip circling. And reverse the direction. And come back to table. Let's swing the left arm out, shoulder height. We'll thread the needle. Tuck the left arm behind the right and reach. We're not going to go down yet. Reach and see how far you can reach. And then inhale, reach up, unwind, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach behind the arm, and then come to the shoulder and the side of the head. Keep the weight back there in the hips and in the knees. You take the right fingertips and push down. Turn the heart to the right. Put the palm of the right hand down on the mat. Come back to table. Second side. Right arm out. Tuck behind the left. Twist as much as you can. Lifted. And then inhale. Unwind. Reach up. Exhale. Reach. And then come down. Fingers of the left hand can push down on the floor to bring you into a little deeper twist, especially in your rib cage, your thoracic spine. Breathe. I'm going to place the left hand on the mat and come back to table. Make sure the knees are under you. Sometimes they drift apart when you start doing some poses on hands and knees. Push into the hands. Reach back with the right foot. Come onto the ball of the foot and then press through the heel. So I'm pushed into my hands. The ball of my foot's kind of stuck to the mat and I'm pushing through the heel, getting a nice stretch through the calf muscles. And then bend the knee just a little bit. Push through the heel again. Now we're going to lift the left shin, the left knee, and maybe even the left foot, just a tiny bit. Breathe. Feel the core muscles engage. And exhale, release. Second side, reach back with the left foot. Stick the ball of the foot down, tuck the toes, and reach through the heel. You're going to push back. Nice stretch to the gastrocnemius. And then bend the knee just a bit. Feel that shift to the soleus. And push through the heel again. Now lift the right knee, right shin, and maybe the right foot. And breathe. And drop the knee. Bring both knees to the mat. Let's keep big toes together, knees wide. Take a nice wide child's pose. Bring the heart and the forehead to the mat if that works in your body today. If not, support your head. If bringing your heels back or your hips back to your heels doesn't work, you can keep your bottom up in the air. Or happy puppy, a modified happy puppy. This is a resting pose. Make it a resting pose. Exhale, release all the tension. If you're able to bring your head to the mat, forehead to the mat, or turn your head to one side or the other, let the heart really melt down toward. And notice how that brings a nice passive back bend to your rib cage spine. That's a hard place to get a back bend. Drop into that. 2 more breaths here. And then inhale back to table. I'm going to change my orientation to you so you can see what I'm doing from this side. So we're in table. Push into the hands. Arms are long. So don't bend your elbows. Don't let the chest sink down into the shoulders. Reach into the mat. Lift up out of your shoulder sockets. Reach back with your left leg. Reach back with your right leg. Now we're in plank. Now drop the knees. So the knees will be back behind the hips. This is a kneeling plank. As you exhale, sit back onto your heels. Let the arms reach forward. And stick the hands to the mat. And as you sit your hips back, you get a nice stretch. And tuck the chin, ripple forward. And as the shoulders arrive over the wrists, you're going to drop the hips and bring the heels, the toes up towards the back of the head. So this is a modified, high cobra modified upward facing dog. Exhale back. Let's do several of these. Tuck the chin, ripple forward, feel that nice stretch in the spine. Unfurl, drop the hips, and bring the toes towards the back of the head. And back. Nice stretch here. Let's do 3 more. Nice back bend to wake you up. We'll do 1 more. And then as you exhale, come into child's pose with your knees hip distance or a little wider apart. See if you can bring your forehead down to the mat. If you can't, stick something under there. And then lay the arms down alongside the shins, palms up, and let your shoulders hang. Just let it go. Breathe up and down the spine. Two more breaths. And press yourself back into table. I'm going to turn again. And tuck the toes. Curl the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Start to set your hips back and then press back and up into downward facing dog. And it's a nice wiggly, squishy downward facing dog. Really no form here to begin with. We've just lifted the hips up and we're wiggling, pedaling the heels, wagging your tail, twisting and undulating forward and back. Just see how many ways you can move here. So many nice stretches to be found in this shape. And then come to stillness with your feet hip distance apart. And drop the heels down towards the mat as you lift your sit bones straight up. Knees can work towards straightening, but if they don't make it, that's okay. Keep your ears between your upper arms. Press into the base of your index finger and base of your thumb. Spread the fingers wide. And breathe. Shake your head, yes. Really shake it, yes. And shake your head, no. Exaggerated, no. Loosen up through the cervical spine. And then let the head hang in a way that the crown of the head faces down towards the mat. You're kind of looking back between the feet and beyond. Decompress your neck. Now walk your feet wide, left and right edges of the mat. Bend your knees a lot. Walk your hands to your feet. We're going to rise up in a high squat. My knees are still bent. Forearms come to the thighs. Light touch with the forearms. Fingertips can touch. And now that we're here, think about a long spine, axial extension. So you're reaching back and down with your hips and your tailbone, and outward and upward with the crown of the head. Pull the feet away from each other, support your low back. Let's work the hamstrings a little more. Take the hands behind the calf muscles. Now we're going to fold forward and lift the hips. Let the crown of the head hang. And exhale, we're going to bend into the knees, lower the hips. Inhale, lift the hips, crown of the head hangs. Exhale, lower back into that squat. Maybe you come a little deeper into the squat. Inhale up. And exhale down. 2 more. Last one. Come back to the squat. Pull your feet away from each other. Inhale, swing your arms out and up. Bring the hands together above your head. Look at your thumbs. Exhale the hands home to the heart. Pause here now that we're standing up and feel all those sensations changing as we change our orientation to gravity. Now let's walk to the top of the mat. Try not to look, and we're going to crisscross at the ankles as we walk to the top of the mat. And once you get here, let's find Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet are hip distance and parallel. Swing your arms overhead. And as you exhale, bend the knees a bit, fold. As you inhale, lift halfway. Fingertips can be on the floor or fingertips to the shin. Think long spine. Exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, the hands home to the heart. Inhale, up. And exhale, fold. Lift halfway. On an exhale, let your hands find the mat, or you can use some blocks. We're going to step back with the right foot, way back there. Let's drop the knee. On an inhale, rise up. Take your hands to your hips. Draw your left hip back and the right hip forward. Swing your arms overhead. And we'll hold here, dropping shoulders down. And at the same time, you're going to roll the pinky edges of your hands towards each other. That's an external rotation of the arms. It kind of feels internal, but it's external. And then bring the palms of the hands together. Look up at the thumbs, and maybe you take a bit of a back bend as the hips sink forward and down. Hold for 3 more breaths. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. Keep space in the neck. And exhale, drop the hands to the heart. Inhale here, and then exhale, we're going to fold forward. Take the right hand to the mat. Take the left hand to the left knee. Push down on the knee and twist the heart to the left. Unwind, slide the left hand to the inside of the left foot. And we're going to take an open twist to the right. And let's take the right fingertips from the mat up and open towards the sky. And breathe. And unwind. Now frame the foot, front foot, with both hands. I've got my right toes tucked, and I'm going to swing back into a three-legged dog, lifting the left leg back and up. Keep the hips square. And just hold this three-legged dog. Now drop your left heel to your bottom, stack the hips. So the knee reaches up towards the sky. Reach strongly through both hands, especially that will be your left hand. So you can unwind the shoulders. Keep the shoulders square as your hips are stacked. Now as you exhale, I want you to ripple forward and see if you can bring that bent knee to the outside of your left arm. And inhale back up. And come forward again. This time we're going to come outside of the left elbow. Inhale back up. And this time we're going to come forward to the left wrist and bring the knee down. We're working into pigeon. Lower your shin. Reach back through the right leg. Push down into those hands. And then slowly sink into this. If you need to, this hip might be really up off of the mat. You can support it with a blanket or a block, or even roll over onto it. From here, an invitation to lower down onto your forearms. And if you're on your forearms, see if you can bring your thumbs up and rest your third eye on your thumbs. If this is too much for your knee or your back, you can come into a number 4 hip stretch on your back, like we started out. 2 more breaths. Plant the hands again. We're going to get ready to come back up to a 3-legged dog. So tuck the toes of the right foot and push down or reach up. And then plant both feet on the ground. Ripple forward into plank. Lower the knees. Kneeling plank, let's do our modified up dog. Lower the hips. Bring the toes to the back of the head. Back to child's pose. Let's do 3 of these. Tuck your chin, ripple forward. Drop your hips, toes to the back of the head. 2 more. Last one. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Look between the hands and try to take a couple big giant steps to make your way to the top. Plant your hips over your feet. Pull your feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Second side, inhale. And exhale. Lift halfway on the inhale. Hands to the mat or block. Step back with the left foot way back there on the ball of the foot. Right knee's bent and drop the left knee. Inhale, rise up. Hands to hips. Right hip back, left hip forward. Square your shoulders to the front edge of the mat and then bring those arms up by the ears. Drop your shoulders and then roll the pinky edges of your fingers inward towards each other. Now keep those arms just like they are, but move through the wrists and bring the palms of the hands together. Look up and sink your hips forward and down.
Come into a nice back bend. But keep the hips engaged. Drawing the right hip back and left hip forward. And breathe. And exhale back to kneeling lunge. Hands to heart. Fold forward on an exhale. Left hand to the mat, right under the shoulder. Right hand to right knee, push down, turn the heart to the right. Breathe. Unwind that. Slide the right hand down to the inside of the right foot. So you're lining up the shin with the arm. Then we're going to take fingertips of the left hand and open up. Almost like you're pulling the bow string of a bow and arrow. I guess a bow. And unwind. And now frame the foot with the hands. Getting ready for the three-legged dog. Tuck the toes of the left foot. Step back and up with the right. Keep the hips square, shoulders square. You can keep the left knee bent a bit or not. And drop your heel to your bottom and stack the hips. Unwind the shoulders. Breathe. Now parallel the hips again as you shift forward. See if you can take the right knee to the top outer edge of the right arm. Inhale out. And exhale forward. Outside of the right elbow. Inhale up. And exhale forward, getting ready for pigeon. Knee comes down. And slide that foot back. And play here a little bit. Sometimes you can find some space. You can just work with those hamstrings. And you can stay here or you can fold forward. And release the fingers, let those thumbs stick up so you can rest your third eye right there. Breathe. And play a little even in this shape. You can draw just like we do when we come into our lunges, any of our standing poses. I'm going to draw the right hip back, the left hip forward, see what that feels like. Sometimes just bringing a little isometric contraction to these stretches helps make it more comfortable. Or if you feel pretty good, just relaxing into it. 2 more breaths. Now bring the hands to the mat. Fingers are spread wide, getting ready for that three-legged dog again. Tuck the toes of the left foot, and you may want to kind of inch your way up a little bit. Really dig those toes in, lift the hips. Keep the right leg bent, and then reach up. And drop the right foot down to the mat. Ripple forward. Plank. Now come to the belly. You can either drop the knees or come down in chaturanga. Keep your hands right where they are, right by the armpits. Forehead is down. As you inhale, pull the hands back. Feel that, scoot the heart forward, lift the heart up, and follow with the gaze. A low cobra, baby cobra. Let's do 4 more. Maybe you're coming up a little higher. In fact, this last one, let's come up in a high cobra. Keep the arms, the elbows bent a bit. And breathe. And on your next exhale, find crocodile. Separate the legs, cross the forearms. Bring the forehead to the back of the hand. And for a few breaths, we're just going to hold this. And with every exhale, let it go. Big, heavy sighs. Release those muscles. And then turn your head from ear to ear like you're shaking your head now. Massage your forehead across the back of your hand. And then bring the feet together again. Let's come up into Sphinx. Elbows are right under the shoulders, forearms are on the floor. Fingers are spread wide. Think of the Sphinx. Push into the elbows. And then try to pull the hands towards you without letting them slide. Let the heart shift forward through the arms. Heart brightens and lifts here. Bring the gaze down the tip of the nose. And breathe. 3 more breaths. Now fold forward a bit so you can walk the hands wide out here in front of the corners. Now we're going to lift up into seal. So it's a deeper back bend. Soften your gluteal muscles. Let the outer thighs roll outward and downward. This is a little, well, it's quite a bit deeper back bend. And if this doesn't feel good in your low back, come back to Sphinx. Try to soften through the glutes. Try to roll those hips outward. That will open up some space in the low back. Nice waking up back bend for the morning. And then exhale down. Bring the hands by the armpits. Press yourself into table. And let's do a few seated poses before we lie down. Let's start with the left heel in towards the pubic bone and the right leg out nice and wide. Everything's wide here. Sit tall. Let's take a lateral fold to the right, up and over. Inhale up, exhale, plant the left hand, reach. And then back to the other side, fold. And up and over and reach. And fold. One more time each way. And fold and hold. Tuck your chin, look up underneath your arm. Reach both ways. If you want to work the core muscles, lift that supporting arm. So that'll be your right arm, like you're holding a big ball. Inhale, swing both arms up. Look up at the hands and exhale, the hands home to the heart. Let's take the right shin, place it in front of the left. So Sukhasana. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, bring the thumbs to the third eye again. Swing those elbows out with a neutral spine, fold forward at the hips, nice and slow. And I think it always helps to bring the fingertips to the mat. And as you bring the fingertips to the mat, push the mat away. Now pull the mat towards you. I always cue that wrong. Pull the mat towards you. I'm trying to keep an inner curve in your low back as you fold forward. If you push it away, you round the back, and I want a nice inner curve. Let the head hang. Breathe into the ribs, breathe into the back. And then work your way back up. Second side, left leg long and wide. Right heel to the pubic bone. Toes are flexed, up and over into the fold. Swing up, plant the arm and reach. Press through that heel as you reach through the fingertips. And then up and over and fold. Up
and over and reach, reach both directions. And fold. And reach. And we'll fold and hold. So folding. Tuck your chin, look up under the arm, and then option to lift the left forearm. You're holding a ball. Feel how that engages. Just that lift of that light touch will engage the core muscles. And then lift that ball overhead. And take the left shin in front of the right. Take Yogi Seal here. Inhale up. Exhale, thumbs to third eye. Drop the shoulders out of the ears. Lift the elbows and fold forward at the hips. And if coming forward very far isn't for you, that's fine. Just kind of support yourself with your fingertips. And then as you walk your fingers forward, you're going to pull those fingertips towards us and let that tip the pelvis forward. And folding forward, let the head hang. And then walk your way back up. Take your hands behind you and bring your feet to the left and right edges of the mat. We'll do the twist in an upright shape today. Open your shoulders. So draw the shoulder blades towards the spine. My fingers are pointing towards my feet. Elbows are pointing behind me. I'm going to drop my knees to the right. Take my gaze to the left. And second side. One more time, each direction. And back to neutral. Walk the feet hip distance apart. Make sure you have enough space behind you. So when we lie down, you're lying on your mat. Now take the hands to the outside of the knees. Keep your spine neutral and lean back. We'll come into Navasana, boat pose. Now lift the toes. You can hang on to the backs of the thighs if you need to, but keep the spine neutral. You can release the hands. You can even work to straighten legs and lift legs. 3 more breaths here. And then slowly come down one vertebrae at a time. Until you're down on the mat. Draw the knees into the chest. Some circling through the hips. One way and the other. Now plant your feet. I'm going to change my orientation to the screen. Do some more serious bridge poses. Keep your knees hip distance apart. Walk your heels close to your bottom. See if you can reach down there and touch your heels with your fingers. If not, make that action. Everything's nice and close. Palms come to the mat. Feel the palm. Feel the soles of the feet. Inhale. Exhale. And on your next inhale, push into the feet, lift the hips. Push your knees away. Keep the thighs reaching towards each other. Keep your neck long. And then exhale, come down. Reach the tailbone. Come down from the top of the spine to the bottom, lengthening by reaching the tailbone away. And let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Now reach out with the right leg. Keep that leg lifted. If that's just too much for the low back, you can bring the foot back down. And then cross the ankle over the thigh, number 4. Extend the leg long. And then bring the foot down. Coming down with a long spine. Second side lift. Reach long with the left leg. Cross into number 4. Long left leg. And plant your foot. And come down slowly. Long spine. See how long you can make that spine, the back, especially the sacrum, nice and flat when you get here. Flip your palms upward. Tuck your shoulder blades under your back so they're like hands behind your lungs. Bring the soles of the feet together, drop the knees wide. Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana. Now reach down for your right thigh. You're going to bring the right thigh on top of the left, which means you're going to have to turn onto your side. Now stack both arms and then slide the right arm along the left and open up into a nice twist. Come back to Baddha Konasana. Lift the left knee and place it onto the right. Stack the arms, stack the hips, and then draw the left arm along the inside of the right and open up into a nice twist. If the shoulder's hanging out there in space, you can bring the hand to the waist. And then back into Baddha Konasana. It's time for Shavasana. So if you want to stay here, that's fine. If you want to come into a different shape, that's fine as well. Start moving into that shape. Sorting the joints and muscles and all that stuff, settling into a shape that you can just let go. Be supported by the mat and supported by the earth. Just release, let everything go. Finding the breath. Inhale and exhale. Rest for a few moments of stillness. And begin to deepen your breath and move the body. Start with small movements and let those movements get bigger. And the breath get deeper. Good morning. Stretch. Draw the knees into the chest and rock here from elbow to elbow. Massage the low back. And roll over onto your right side. Tuck your arm under your head and give your eyes a few blinks, open and close. Getting them ready for the day. Reach long with the top leg, press your hands down into the floor and come up to a seated position. Ready to start our day. And now it's daylight out there. Stars are gone, or at least hidden, ready to come out tonight. Let's inhale, reach up. And exhale, draw the hands to heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thank you.